Hi, I'm Emily McCormack. I'm the animal curator here at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, and I've been with the refuge for 20 years this coming January. And over those years, have witnessed so many animals saved, been able to be a part of so many rescues, and all of that has been due to all of our supporters and backing us on helping with donate towards the rescues and helping give those animals the future that they need. In the last 20 years, I've seen a lot of different stories, and we're always telling those animal stories. Of course, they can't speak, and we have to be their voice. And 20 years ago, we did a lot of rescuing out of people's backyards, deplorable conditions, but somebody bought a tiger or a lion, didn't know what to do with it, put it in a tiny cage, and we were called in to rescue. And I think that a lot of the advocacy that's been going on has definitely made an impact in that, because we're not seeing so much of that anymore as seeing this bigger picture of where cub petting industry and these breeder dealers are really the ones that we need to stop this industry and people that are supporting those types of places. So in 2016, Turpentine Creek was called on a facility in Colorado. The man was ill, and we actually partnered with another organization. We were able to purchase that facility in order to shut it down. There was 115 animals in need, and I would say the conditions were pretty deplorable. We didn't know as much until we really got in there how bad it was. Scott and Tanya and myself went out there to check out the facility before the purchase even happened. And at that time, there were 3 white tiger cubs. One, Blackfire, who everybody knows today, but could not walk. And he was in this small little room inside of a quote-unquote vet area. And then the other 2 were out in a really small enclosure. Well, what happens with these cub petting industries is these animals are used for a period between the ages of 8 weeks and 12 weeks old. And when that animal reaches 12 weeks, they can't, quote unquote, legally use it in the public. And so it gets thrown aside, and these breeder dealers have the next cubs either being born, or they buy them from their friends and start the cub petting all over. Well, those cubs that have retired from that at the age of 4 months are ending up with severe metabolic bone disease. They can't walk due to all of the fractures that are in all of their limbs. They're not getting the vitamins that are required in order for them to grow properly. And so their bones get robbed of that calcium that they're not getting, and they become very transparent, very thin, and fracture quite easily. So the decision was made to, yes, we definitely had to save these animals. And we always knew, whenever we've been involved in very large rescues, that we literally have some of the greatest supporters in the whole world. And we put out that we're going to do this, and you guys always get behind us. And so 6 months it took to complete that rescue. We worked with 14 other reputable facilities to place all the animals throughout the country. But of course, half of our team was in Colorado taking care of those animals as the transport was going on, and vet care continued there and here. We brought 34 animals to the refuge. We tried to take the youngest, who a lot of the enclosures were about 8.5, 9 foot tall fences. Some of the younger cats were climbing to the top. So of course we wanted to take out any dangerous possibilities that there could be an escape or a breach out there. And then we took the sickest animals in order to get them the proper vet care. We had just opened our hospital, and we had areas that they could recover in. And of course, some of the greatest vets here at Turpentine Creek to be able to help them. But the conditions out there were more than we could ever show or talk about. There were, we thought at the beginning, they were smaller enclosures, but we thought they were living on mulch. And it ends up they were living on ground up pallets. There weren't areas to even shift the animals for proper cleaning, so we had to build those in order to keep our animal care team safe while they were trying to keep the animals' enclosures clean. And it ends up every time they went in there to clean, they would have to carry magnets on wheels with them. and would come out with buckets full of staples, screws, nails. So pretty sad situation. Some of the bears were being fed in just filthy, filthy buckets. They were never cleaned. Their water bowls weren't clean. Their pools were very filthy. And again, it took a lot of work to build areas to be able to shift those animals to get in and get all of that cleaning done. A lot of the dens were in disrepair, very, very thin plywood, so it's a constant battle and life-changing experience when you go into these rescues, because you're at the same time we're risking our lives. But with donors like you all, we knew that we could pull through it. Now, Blackfire, Rockland, and Peyton were, I think, they're all lucky to be saved, but they definitely would never have survived without our team and the care that they got and the care they continue to get and will have to for the rest of their life, because they'll never, they deformed, and they're on pain meds, they're on special diets, and all of that, and all of our special needs cats get exactly what they need every day because of you guys. And I'm seeing a lot changing. We're seeing a lot changing in the country. We're hoping for and praying for this big Cat and Public Safety Act to go through. And if it does, we have to plan for that, plan for the future, plan for a lot of these facilities that we want to not be in business anymore. Where are all those animals going to go? And they're going to need sanctuary. They're going to need all of us. And they're especially going to need you. Because in order to continue our mission and continue saving these animals and plan for our future of doing that and the possibility of a huge influx of animals that are going to need our help, we need you, and they need you too. So please donate for Giving Tuesday. It's December 3rd, and our big campaign on Facebook will hopefully raise that goal of $40,000. We try to increase that goal every year. It's a challenge for us and a challenge for you. So please donate and help give them the best life possible.